I found earlier basketball hoop. Got the back bracket on there. Not the best thing, but still okay. Oh, got Christmas lights there. Little chair on the side there. A few goodies. The old school one's good. Just cleans up nicely. This pallet I can almost use. Don't have to worry about it rotting away. It's not too. Oh, this we're taking. Better than wood. I need something to put my engines on, my little lawnmower engines. But that might not be the best. This guy has a little mortar here. Car mortar and a radiator sitting there, old school radiator. Brass. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to clear this area here because I want to start building my workbench. And I can start processing some of the stuff in here instead of throwing it outside. But it's going to go that way, so I'm going to make some room. I don't know about that. So I have to kind of make room, and just got so much junk still here. That's another problem. So for now, I'm going to be shuffling junk. Just way too much stuff here, that's the problem. As long as I got a good area here, the bench goes this way. Like I say, most of these boxes are empty or just full of just junk. So I kind of want to basically throw a propane bottle, but for something like this, I can just take it apart, right? Instead of shuffling it, take it apart. You can see mostly junk. Like this is all just scrap metal, but I want to sort it out because it's got some non-ferrous in there, mixed in there. Like these lights here, this is garbage. I don't have these lights here, I actually sold them all. So I gotta put holes in these buckets. These will be all flooded full of water. Do this here. Oh, feet are getting wet. I think here's a bunch of wire. Wire and brass, right? Kind of need some lights too. I think I could throw these fireplace mantles away. There's lots of wire and stuff in here. Make some garbage pile. That's the scrap. But I'll cut the ends off. Air hose here. A little bit too rusty. A little pot. Need access to this. I need a long distance, 16 feet. That's what I need. All this other stuff I can shuffle later, as long as I have the distance I need. Okay, let me just start opening this area up here a bit. And I'm going to have to shuffle that back. If I can shuffle everything this way, it gives me the bench that way. That's kind of what my plan is. But I got to still shuffle a little bit this way. I think it's going to come from here 16 feet that way from this edge. And I'll have full access to that area. Okay, I'm going to try to get some brass and number 1 mixed here. Right now, the prices are all haywire. I think number 1's worth quite a bit more. I could be wrong, but like a shark bite or something on here. Just paint there. Brass is here. Make it a bucket or something. What's the water line? I think, no, come on. Stupid thing got loose here. Well, ideally you want to kind of bend it like that, so you're less. Then you just like that instead of really high. A bit lower, I think. Like that, I don't think. Paint here, but you probably scrape it. That's number one. Heavy bar. As long as no solder. and roll no paint. Corrosion's okay. Supposed to be a big rainstorm coming here. Atmospheric river, they call it. First one of the year, and there's one coming on Sunday or something. So it could be trees could fall down. Who knows? Just because everything's so dry and it gets wet so fast, there could be actually flooding just because it's so dry. It could just come off the surface. And flash flood too. We did have a pretty good rain the other day, so who knows. This is off our old bathtub shower rod. This comes off. So, if you get a shear, or we call this like a cable cutter, so this is a heavy duty one, then just put it to a vise, preferably lower because you're using the top body weight down. If it's too high, like this, it's hard to cut it, because you know you have to put some muscle into it, if you know what I mean. Sure, it's better than a sawzall or bolt cutter or a hacksaw. All these little ends can be number 2 with solder, number 2 copper. Like it goes with your thin wire. Insulated, like I'm stripped, I mean. Sometimes that's brass, like I can identify just by the look of it. Brass is usually yellowy or green, and it's really rough looking. It has a lot of, like a rough surface. So once you cut all this stuff up, it looks like you don't have very much. We'll start that up. Then we finish this. A little bit of wire here, or it's actually not wire. It's number 1 right here. Okay, that's all my number 1 copper. And then I have some number 2 mixed in here. Here's 2 buckets of brass. Here's 1/3 of a 5-gallon pail. Right. Put some lights up here, just trying to get something in here for now. Don't know if I'm gonna move those up there for now, or I'm gonna take these ones. At least your single ones too. Okay. I'm gonna leave them then. For now. Someone's supposed to look at some doors, but it's at 6:30, so we'll see. Gives me enough area to do my bench. I want to have at least maybe 4 feet at least away from here. At least it's not all tangled up here now with copperware and taps and all that. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some of that crap out of there and start laying out some my lumber and maybe start cutting some posts. I need 6 posts, about 30 inches. I'm thinking 30 inches. We'll see. The other table height is good because when I look, if it's too high, then I kind of lose a little bit of vision, right? Like it's better when I kind of look down a little bit, but not too much because it's getting hard on the back otherwise. It's coming along. It's starting to rain pretty hard now, so. Okay, we're going to keep moving. Well, tomorrow I'll definitely put something up on the ceiling for sure. For sure. Maybe a couple rows this way along the table. For now. We'll see. Okay, we'll keep moving on. Well, that's just the framing lumber, but I have the poles there for the posts. This will be the lumber for the edges and sides and so on. I have some old plywood in my yard, in my shed, so I'm going to put, well, it's going to be 5 feet by 16 feet. When it's double, it's going to have double, well, it's going to be reinforced where I put my vise. There'll be a timber in there and I can put lag bolts in there. But also there'll be 2 layers of 5/8 plywood staggered, so one's going to go this way and there'll be a filler, and then this way and a filler, and then that checker plate decking will go on top. It's exactly 8 feet by 5, and then once that's in place here, then I can start going through some of the stuff a little better, because right now I can't do nothing outside. It's just rain for the next 10 days rain. So what I'm going to do, I'll bring some of that stuff in, process it with my table when I get it built. I'm just thinking I might put those lights against that wall so when an electrical guy comes here, it's not going to be in his way. We'll see. Or see, I don't know when I'm going to get it done. That's the problem. So maybe just put a couple here. Simple. Maybe I'll screw 2. Okay, my value time note there. So now lumber's in here. I took pictures of the cabinet doors. I want to try to sell those. Try to give a chance. They're good for a motor home or a mobile home or tiny house. Camper van, whatever. I have extra trim and all that. That's a shelving system here. May go upstairs. That's a shelf system. There's another shelving system there that probably will go up. Most likely the mantle goes in the garbage. So you can see it's not really a lot of stuff here. I mean, it looks like it is. That's all going to be all, doesn't come back in here, all that crap. There's cords in here. This is scrap here. These are obviously tools I'm going to use, benches and so on. That's scrap metal. There's a lot of scrap mixed in here, but I don't do too much, like I said. I want to be able to look at a box, go boom, boom, boom like this, wherever it goes, scrap-wise. Wires going to go outside in the pails. I'll keep the copper in here, obviously. Copper and brass will keep inside here. All the other stuff, it doesn't matter. Lots of wire. Some of these extension cords actually are really too heavy duty that I'm probably never use right now. Very heavy, like they're. I'm not going to scrap them, but maybe I can sell them to my buddy. So I'm going to see if I can get some lighting up here. It's pretty important. It's temporary. Try to find out where my bench will be. I'm thinking my bench will be at least 4 feet. I kind of want to go 4 feet from here. So I want to go 4 feet, then 5 feet, so 9. 7, 8, 9. So it's gonna probably end up somewhere around here. I want to be able to turn around and work there if I have to, if I need the big vise, or I'll have a drill press here and some other stuff. How would 4 feet be? 4 feet's not much for an aisle. I mean, I might even make it 5 feet, or 4.5 maybe. 4 feet's not bad. We'll see. And I'll have to have lights in a certain direction. And then what I'll do is I'll be concentrating on cleaning all this stuff out here. I'm going to list those washer and dry, or 2 dryers in there. They were actually spares from my rental property. Never used them, so those are good. And then when I get the power set up, I want to hook up a 220 line somewhere against the wall there, so I can hook up 220. I can test a dryer, test a stove out, and I need something that will power that. I'll have to change the motor on that shredder to 220. Here I'm gonna buff and clean this up, this hand press. It kind of got rusted here, but I'll buff it up pretty good. Oil it after. Buff it first, paint it, oil it, and should be fine. Take a wire brush to it, kind of restore it a little bit. That's the copper I got here. Actually, it's pretty heavy actually, quite a bit of copper. Most likely these mantles I'm gonna chuck. I'll try taking a picture maybe, but you know, people nowadays, they want their own style. They don't really care. So, and it's MDF garbage anyways. So, okay, that's it for the video, guys. Stay tuned. This is part 2. Now part 3 is coming. Okay, stay tuned.